What's going on, everybody? My name is Krimmel and I'm playing some Forza 5. Today I wanted to show you guys one of the quickest ways I've found to get credits in the game. And so pretty much what you need to do is load up free play, and this is kind of assuming that you already have a decent grasp of the game. I know that a lot of people may not play with assists off, but that is actually one of the most important parts to getting credits quickly. So what you need to do is kind of have a decent selection of cars. I tend to find that between the B to B and A, kind of the R class, those tend to be the easiest ones to use this on this method. So what you need to do is grab one of those cars, any car you want, in free play. Select the track and max out the drivatars. So all 16, so it'll be you and 15 other cars on track. Now the benefit of this is that you basically start from between first and third every single time, instead of starting in the dead last like you do in career mode. So what you can do is find yourself in a situation where you're at the beginning of the pack, and assuming that you have your difficulty set correctly, you can pull away from the pack with a nice cushion in case you mess up. And that's assuming that you don't want to use the rewinds, which is also kind of useful because you can rewind a fair bit without getting dinged too much, but when it starts to come to percentages, which is going to add up pretty quickly in this method, you're going to want to try to avoid doing the rewinds as much as you can. So you can see my setup here is the Nissan GTR at the Alps track. I'm doing 4 laps, and my drivatars are set to pro difficulty. Now that gives me a 50% bonus. So I'm looking at the credit payout plus 50% for all assists disabled. I think maybe a little bit more. I think I have like ABS on or something, but I will probably end up turning that off to see how it works better. Plus 50% for the drivatar difficulty. The affinity bonus is also kind of important, so if you have a car that you have used a lot in career mode, let's say, I would say definitely use that. It doesn't really matter what you do in terms of car, like the race, what car you choose, the manufacturer is what I'm trying to say. What I found is that since I've used this Nissan GTR so much, I already have like an 18% affinity bonus, which is a nice little chunk added on to your game, your race at the end of each game, I guess you'd call it. So basically, you just have to find your groove. I put my difficulty to start on the whatever that's called, like the average. Then that was way too much. I had like a 20 or 30 second gap, and I basically just put myself all the way up to pro, and you can see here most of the time the cars behind me are just right up my trumpet. I mean, there's a couple instances where I get pretty close to getting overtaken, but I never do. So I could probably even bump them up a little bit further, considering the fact that my you still get gold for third place, so you still get that gold third place payout. And now of course you want to leave yourself a bit of a cushion so that you're not going to find yourself in a spot come the end of the race where there's no way you can get gold and you're still facing a silver payout. Now, like I said, it's going to take you a while to find a groove. It took me 3 or 4 races to pick out the car, the setup that I wanted, the track, all that kind of stuff, and also race distance is kind of important as well. I was doing 3 to 4 lap races. As you can see, this one is a 4, and that also increases the payout. Obviously, the higher the length of the race, the better the payout. Also, what I found is that there are pretty similar payouts on each track regardless of the track length. So I did the Top Gear test track with the BMW M5 and 4 laps, and I got like 15,000 credits. And then here in this track with the Nissan GTR, I got something like 17,500. So it's pretty similar. I don't actually know what the track lengths are for Switzerland versus the Top Gear test track, but I mean, it really doesn't make a difference. It almost comes down to what you're most comfortable with, what you're going to have the most fun with, while of course attaining the highest number of credits that you can, which is our intention here. So if you guys have any questions or comments, definitely let me know. Otherwise, we'll see you soon with some more Forza gameplay. Later.